cozy. When the days get shorter and the nights grow long and the cold winds start a-blowing, we feel a primal urge to hunker down and hibernate like the proper mammals that we are. Also lactate. Mammals lactate, so we do that too. But I'm not here to bore you with my vast knowledge of mammalian biology. I'm here to talk about coziness. Webster's dictionary defines coziness as hunkering down, safe and warm with some blankets and pillows to warm us on the outside, and a hot mug of root beer and cozy games to warm us from the inside. That's the actual definition. Don't look it up. Winter is the time for cozy games, but you gotta be ready. Don't sit around twiddling your thumbs like the grasshopper from that story. The ant and the grasshopper in the Steam Deck. The one where the grasshopper just goofed around all summer and the ant was busy preparing for the winter, and then the winter came and the grasshopper realized he didn't have any food or whatever, and he goes to the ant and he's like, "Hey ant, can I have some of your food?" But the ant couldn't hear him because he was too busy playing cozy games on his Steam Deck. And the grasshopper died. Like you will. If you don't watch this video about cozy gaming on the Steam Deck. That's right, today we're here to talk about everything to do with cozy gaming. The art of curling up with a chilled, laid-back video game and pretending that your real-life responsibilities don't exist, which is something that I'm particularly qualified to talk about. We're going to cover what makes a game a cozy game. Of course, we're going to be talking about the Steam Deck, why it's the ultimate cozy gaming device. I'll give you my best advice on how to make your own cozy gaming setup to maximize cozy vibes, and we'll round it out by covering my best picks for cozy games to play on the Steam Deck, which is the undisputed most perfectest doodad for cozy gaming. There are different definitions of coziness and specifically cozy games because it's a personal thing. Like your favorite pizza toppings or childhood trauma. It's not the same for everyone. Everyone has a different cozy. What I play to help me unwind when I'm feeling stressed might have the opposite effect on you. And vice versa. Cozy isn't an objective thing, despite what the tags on the Steam store page might have you believe. So don't let anyone tell you what a cozy game is or isn't. If you find a game that you can zone out to while snuggled down in blankets with a warm drink, it doesn't matter if it's about planting flowers or cutting the heads off demons. However, if you start hunting for cozy games, the algorithm will pick up on your desire for coziness and you're going to start getting served games that people generally think of as cozy. These games usually follow a similar trend, or multiple trends, so let's go over the stuff that might be in a game that would make it a good fit for someone who needs more coziness in their life. The first and most obvious is games that have cozy vibes, which means like soft colors and lovely scenery to look at, chill music that winds you down rather than pumps you up. These games just instantly put you in a cozy mood, almost as if they were designed to do that. Almost. Also, cozy games tend to be the kinds of games without fail states. The kind of games where you don't need to worry about dying and losing a ton of progress. Games that minimize stress by focusing on the player's well-being rather than the challenge. As for gameplay, cozy games tend to be slower-paced gameplay styles that don't punish you for not being in the zone. The kind of games you can take your time with and enjoy at your own pace so you can wander around and poke into corners, discover little secrets with no timer yelling at you or like zombies busting down the door. Because very often these games are more exploration focused rather than gameplay focused. The fun comes from existing in the world, not from beating it. You can put the controller down for a second and nothing explodes. When it comes to the story, cozy games are usually more relationship or community focused. So you can expect to befriend villagers, chat with weird little creatures or whatever, and of course, pet every animal that will let you. A subgenre of cozy games are the ones that recreate sort of mundane, low-stress experiences, like gardening or cooking, even cleaning or running a little shop, making tea, organizing stuff. I hate doing real chores, but I am a-okay doing pretend chores, especially when I live in a tree stump. And of course, you've got customization and self-expression. Cozy gamers love decorating their house and designing outfits, arranging crops in a farm, and just generally making their in-game space feel like their space. So now that we know what a cozy game is, let's chat about why the Steam Deck is the coziest way to play your cozy games. And it is, undeniably. If you look around online where people are talking about this, you're going to see that the Steam Deck is the clear winner, hands down. Heck, it was seeing the Steam Deck mentioned so often when cozy games were being talked about that made me want to make this video. People love the Steam Deck for these kinds of games. But the question is, why? And the answer is, because. There's lots of reasons, and one of them is that the Steam Deck is cozy. like physically cozy. I don't mean that I snuggle with it because I don't have a girlfriend. I don't know why you would suggest such a thing. I mean, it's just cozy to hold. It's big without being heavy, it carries its weight well, and the ergonomics are perfect for all sorts of hand sizes and shapes, and it's lovely to hold for short sessions or epic snow day marathons. The control layout is great, and you don't have to contort your hands into weird shapes to do stuff. No cramps or fatigue, and the controls are infinitely customizable so you can play mouse and keyboard games, or set up shortcuts on the touchpads, or the back buttons can be set to whatever functions that you want. The deck is one of, if not the most, comfortable handhelds that I have, and I grab it more often than any other specifically because I love holding it. It feels like home to me, and if that isn't cozy, then shut up. You're wrong. It is. Yes, it is. It is cozy. Loser. The deck also has a big lovely screen that's easy on the eyes. It's a big screen compared to like Android handhelds. Most handheld PCs have a screen of the same size as the deck, but because the deck is 800p, that actually works in its favor here, because that means that the games have a bigger interface, just because of the lower pixel density on the deck. And the OLED deck has an even bigger screen. It's only 0.4 inches bigger, but that, with the fact that it's a 16:10 aspect ratio, makes it feel way bigger than the ROG Ally or whatever. Let's face it, most cozy games are low-spec indie games, which is where the deck shines. You can play all these cozy classics and indie darlings on the deck without breaking a sweat, and you can play for ages because the battery on the deck is amazing, especially at lower wattages. The deck plays these kind of games even at super low TDP, which means that you can play for way longer on the deck than other handheld PCs. You get enough battery life for a great long cozy game session, but it's still short enough to remind you that you haven't left the couch for 7 hours straight. And what is probably the most important factor is the ease of use. The deck is frictionless gaming. Compared to Windows handhelds that are constantly bombarding you with notifications and pop-ups and updates upon updates, compared to Android handhelds that require you to know how to set them up to use them fully, compared to the Switch that locks you into Nintendo's little walled garden with full-price 7-year-old games and no mods, the deck is the easy place to hang out and just enjoy your games. SteamOS is built to give you the power that you need to do what you want to do, but in an easy and effortless way. And of course, you get quality of life features like instant suspend and resume for sneaky, quick, curl up and play moments whenever you need them. The other day, I was supposed to be folding my laundry, but the deck was right there, so I fired it up and within seconds, I was in my cozy game, where I folded virtual laundry instead, as a bunny. Let's flip-flop again. We're going to talk more about a cozy gaming setup in a bit, but now I want to go back to talking about games. Because cozy gaming is only cozy gaming with cozy games, right? So what are the best cozy games? Well, here's the thing. There are like literally thousands of games that fit my definition of a cozy game. It's an insanely popular style of game. And the reason, I think, is that indie games tend to be the main driving force behind the cozy game movement, and we are going through an indie game renaissance right now. There has never been a better time to be a gamer, especially a PC gamer with a Steam Deck. And because of that, cozy gamers have also had their pick of the litter. You got your heavy hitters like Stardew Valley, probably the world's most popular cozy game. You inherit a crusty old farm, clean it up, grow crops, mine, befriend villagers, maybe marry someone who also hates going outside. The cozy comes from the daily rhythm, the gentle music, and the feeling that nothing is really urgent unless you decide it is. There are management sims like Spiritfarer, which is unique because of the fantasy vibe. You spend your time ferrying adorable animal spirits to the afterlife by cooking for them, hugging them, and building them cute little homes on your boat. Cozy factor is off the charts thanks to the hand-drawn art and the soft animations and the chill pacing. A little to the left is a unique, relaxing puzzle game about tidying up everyday objects by lining them up, sorting them, and nudging them, well, a little to the left. It sounds like doing chores, but it actually scratches that weird brain itch of bringing order to chaos. There are story-based games like Coffee Talk. In this one, you're a barista in a late-night coffee shop, serving drinks to fantasy customers while listening to their problems and tweaking recipes. Cozy Grove literally has cozy in the name. In this one, you're a spirit scout on a haunted island full of sad bear ghosts who need help. You do a few tasks each day, decorate the island, and slowly bring color and life back to everything. A Short Hike is another classic, well-loved cozy game. You're a little bird hiking up a mountain to get phone reception. There's no rush and no stress, just exploring, gliding, chatting with little weirdos, and enjoying a tiny world that feels like summer camp. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention retro games. That's like a whole separate category of cozy gaming. You got the pioneers of the cozy game genre like Harvest Moon, easy old RPGs like Dragon Warrior, puzzle games like Mario's Picross, management games like SimCity, Animal Crossing and Tetris and Kirby and Pokemon. Retro gamers have no shortage of cozy games to boot up. And the Steam Deck is an amazing retro game machine. Check out this video if you want to know the best ways to do retro games on the deck. Oh, there is so many more cozy games we could talk about. You won't have a hard time discovering more cozy games if you want to. Every day, a great new cozy game comes out. There are probably hundreds of videos about cozy games. I've made cozy games videos about some of my favorites, which I'll link below. And I'm 100% going to make more videos about my favorite cozy games because I discover new ones all the freaking time. So get subscribed if you like this sort of thing that I'm doing, because I do this sort of thing a lot. But the Steam Deck and cozy games are only one part of the cozy gaming situation. It's a big part, but you can't have a proper cozy gaming session without all the other stuff. That would be like going to bed with no pillow or blanket or stuffy. You're technically lying down and you can sleep if you need to, but you're not exactly living your best life. For real cozy gaming, you gotta take the time to make yourself a cozy space. This is so important, setting the scene to maximize the possibilities of cozy times. But just like with the games themselves, everybody's cozy definition is different. Maybe you're a desk gamer with a nice chair and a little lamp. Maybe you're a couch dweller who sinks into the corner like a lost sock. Or maybe you're a pillow creature who lives in a squishy nest of blankets and cushions, like a cinnamon roll that somehow bought a Steam Deck. All of those are valid. Cozy isn't about where you are, it's about making yourself a place to game that feels more like home than your actual home, wherever that may be. There's a few universal ingredients though, shortcuts to coziness. If it's chilly, you're gonna want a soft blanket that you can burrito yourself in. Fuzzy socks, because nothing ruins the mood faster than cold feet. Ideally, a pet in your lap. A cat, dog, lizard. I have my cat, Hermione, who is real and alive. Isn't that right, Hermione? Yes, you are. Yes, you are! A little bit of gentle lighting helps too. Fairy lights if you're whimsical, or a warm lamp if you're just a normal person, or the glow of RBG if you like to change your vibe day to day. And then the most important part of any cozy setup, snacks. You cannot have a cozy session without a snack. Tea, hot chocolate, cider, root beer if you're a refined scholar like myself, plus something crunchy or chewy. The goal is to create the exact vibe like when you were 8 years old, curled up with some pillows, playing Nintendo, when your mom makes your day by showing up with a tray of peanut butter crackers. Sometimes I try to build myself like a fort, like a nice little cozy nest with pillows and blankets, but every time I get it just right, my mom comes in and steals half of it because apparently the good pillows are not supposed to be part of my cozy cave. So my cozy gaming nook is something that I've shown off before. This is my cozy gaming corner. I'm not going to give a big tour now, but I made a video about this if you want to see all the things. I have my old school CRT monitor, this retro style monitor that I show you how I made in this video, my mini PC, a bunch of old tech and handhelds, and lots of toys, of course. Whether or not clutter is your thing, I think surrounding yourself in stuff that puts you in a cozy mood is essential. Even if all you have is a corner of your desk, building yourself a little shrine of coziness is a great way to do it. Just make it so that while you're gaming, everything within your field of vision gives you the cozy vibes that you like. Pick the colors and textures and objects that feel like home to you. Look online at cozy gaming setups and steal their ideas. Whatever gets your cozy juices flowing, just take the time to make sure that you get the vibes just right. Future you will thank present you for the gift of coziness that you have bestowed upon them. The nice thing about the Steam Deck is that it fits into whatever kind of cozy setup you have. If I want handheld mode, I'm gonna flop down in my chair and pretend the rest of the world doesn't exist. I can plug it into my CRT with a controller if I want old school retro style cozy vibes, or maybe I'll scoot over here to my filming desk and I'll just drop it in the dock and boom, it's on my big screen for serious hardcore cozy gaming. That's why the deck is great, because your setup can transform depending on your mood. And the Steam Deck is like a multi-tool that can do it all. So, in conclusion, cozy gaming is the best gaming, and the Steam Deck is amazing for cozy games. And if you like cozy games, you should get a Steam Deck. And if you have a Steam Deck, you should play cozy games and also make a cozy gaming setup. And if you already do all this stuff, then, thank you for watching the video anyways. You must be super into cozy stuff. I've been told my videos are cozy, which I don't really get, but as a lover of all things cozy, I certainly appreciate hearing that. Maybe let me know in the comments your favorite ways to play cozy games. If you have any coziness life hacks to share, or your favorite cozy games. What do you like to play for the cozy vibes? Are you sick of hearing me say cozy yet? If yes, then you should go watch one of my other videos now. But if not, then feel free to start this video over and relive the cozy adventure. So yeah, I'll see you at the start. I'm TechDweeb, thanks for watching, bye bye.